Hello everyone, this is Tiffany from Crafting for Them at WordPress.com, and I am sharing my 2013 Project Life album. I'm actually sharing January for this video. It is now June and I have not blogged since the end of January, so I'm a little behind there. However, I plan to catch you up on my Project Life album by showing you a month at a time until we get caught up, and then I'll show you the weeks as they come. Start with my title page, my title page from 2013. You can see I've kept it pretty simple. I like to use our family photos from the previous year. We always get our pictures taken in the fall, and I prefer to use those on our Project Life page. I did that in 2012, and I hope to continue to do that. This is a Studio Calico card from the January kit. In my album, I planned to use Seafoam as my main kit for January, and with a subscription to Studio Calico, a subscription to Citrus Twist, and an obsession with purchasing Becky Higgins products, I have over time converted to just using what I feel works for the week. You'll see some weeks are pulled together rather nicely, some weeks are thrown together and I actually don't like them at all, but that's what's beautiful about this project, is that you can turn the page and start all over again. So, my cover page, for the pocket down here at the bottom is blank. That's also a Studio Calico card from the January kit, but I plan to put our family name on there. Nothing super exciting or creative there. I will put this little disclaimer that I am super crafty. I am not super creative. So I am mostly making this video to help inspire somebody in one way or another, because I am absolutely inspired by all of you ladies who post YouTube videos and your pictures online in different groups and forums. Most of my technique is not mine, it's someone else's, and I just want to share it. So here you'll see that this is week 1. I started December 31st because I like to keep Monday through Sunday. I like to keep my weekends together. For this first week, I did not have my Seafoam kit, so there's a Clementine card from my kit last year, and I purchased the Seafoam digital papers prior to the release of the physical product to get a couple pages done at the beginning of the year. I used some random stickers. I'm not sure what these are. A Martha Stewart label, wrote on a picture, I believe that is using an iPhone app. It's escaping me now, but I will include that in the link at the bottom. So that's my left page of week 1. I apologize for this absolutely terrible lighting. I am new to videos and new to photographing Project Life, as well as new to this specific camera. My good camera died and I can't seem to locate the charger right now, so rather than waiting to get the video up while the inspiration was here, I wanted to go ahead and tape this. So I did have an insert in week 1. This is just an 8x8 digital layout. I used some stitching for my sewing machine around the edge, and this is a We Are Memory Keepers 8x8 page protector. On the back, I used paper. This is patterned paper from the Clementine kit, and I included my husband and I's resolutions. As you can see, mine is in there. My husband's is not. He does have resolutions, he just hasn't written them down for me yet, so we'll get to that eventually. The right page of my week 1, I used some foam stickers. This is a Kathy Zelski freebie from January, I believe, with Seafoam pattern paper behind it. Martha Stewart label. This is an Allie Edwards brush stamp. More text on the photo, and this is Kristen Ruthskin, I believe. I will include her link, her Currently cards. She has put out a challenge to include these cards throughout your album so you can see how life has changed throughout the year, and I absolutely adore that. So I will include her link as well. Week 2, January 7th through the 13th, I included, oh, excuse me, I'm trying to get it in the shot a little better. A picture of me, which I like to try to include occasionally because, as we all know, it's difficult to get in the photos. This is a Seafoam card. This is from the Studio Calico kit, the calendar card. I made this card from a Seafoam bifold, and I absolutely do not care for it at all. But again, it's not about loving every piece, it's just about getting it done. Somehow, in just week 2, I managed to be short on photos, which is why I included our morning routine. It's okay. I like to include things like routines because they do change often, and I think it'll be fun to look back and see how our hectic life now maybe won't be so hectic one day. So the right page of week 2, I usually use Design A page protectors. I just find that it flows well. However, I really like this Design F layout. I think probably because it's different, but I really enjoy it. Let's see, these are Becky Higgins grid cards with just random text. I cut a photo in half, a 4x6 photo in half to put in the 2 3x4 spots, excuse me. I do think Design F is awesome for including more vertical photos rather than horizontal. I know that a lot of people are apprehensive about Project Life because of kind of the lack of ability to use vertical photos. So this is great for that. I also included a tweet here. I will share this just because as you guys all come to know me, you'll know that I am a fanatic over Justin Timberlake. And I included his tweet that he is ready for a new album, because that is definitely part of my life right now. On to week 3. Excuse me. This is Justin Timberlake's countdown to his Suit and Tie release. I stayed up till midnight to watch that. And then I kind of journaled about that as well. And then this is a card from Seafoam, another Seafoam card, a grid card. I like to include 2 horizontal photos on a 3x4. Gives the layout just a little more dimension. These are not great photos. They're kind of dark, but it's okay. It was in my kids' hallway and at school, and it was fine. The right page of my week 3, I used a card from the Cherry kit. Also, this is Studio Calico, Seafoam, Studio Calico, I believe, Date Night. Oh, date nights, aren't they amazing? Just random text. I do like to include my handwriting. It's just a personal preference. I think my kids will enjoy looking at that some point down the road. But I actually prefer the look of typed text. So I like to include a little bit of both throughout the year. Continuing on to week 4 of the album. This is January 21st through January 27th. I continue to include cards from Seafoam. I also tried to jazz up a couple cards with stamps and washi. I will confess and say that although I love the look of stamps when other people do it, I just can't seem to make it look okay. So I'll continue trying, but that's what's great about this project, is that you can continue to try new things, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to use it again in the future. So I'm not sure what card is missing down here. I apologize for that, but I like to include the the weather of in our area, because it fluctuates a lot, so I like to include that. Also, I really like this card. This card just says washi. It's a seafoam card with a little tiny attacher, Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and it works out well. So nothing, again, too exciting, but chugging along here. As an insert, I have a Becky Higgins 5x7, and this is just my sister's save the date for her upcoming wedding, which was actually just a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. On page right of week 4, I was short on photos, and so I used a lot of text. I also am one to not usually include more than one photo from a specific event in a regular 2-week layout. If there are lots of photos that I want to share in my Project Life album, then I will usually include an insert. If you happen to see a lot of photos from one event, then you know that I happen to be short on photos for that week, which is okay. At the end of the day, when my kids are looking through this, or hopefully my grandkids are looking through this, they won't make that connection. So this is the end of week 4. Into week 5 is more seafoam, a lot of seafoam actually. Here I have included pictures of weather, Martha Stewart label again. This is just a Facebook status from a local news station talking about the weather. Then I've included a 5x7 of my son's half birthday at school, and a 5x7 of him at a hockey game with his dad. Selfies. I don't usually take them. I like to include them in my Project Life album because that's usually one of the only ways that I actually get into the pictures, so that's why you see several of them at the beginning of the year, especially because I'm conscious that I was not in the album a ton last year. So you'll notice throughout the beginning couple months of this year that there are pictures of myself like that, and it feels so weird, but it's good to be in the album. I've also included my daughter's handwriting, so how she writes her name currently, which I absolutely love. This is actually a design B. I love design A. I tend to use design A quite a bit. However, I do think it's fun to include some of the other page protectors occasionally. Not something that I'll do every week, but I do enjoy switching it up just a tad. So this is the end of week 5 in my Project Life album, which ties up January and goes into February by just a couple days. I wanted to share January because I think my style has changed quite a bit, and I think it'll be fun to see that throughout the year. So I will wrap up this video and get it posted. Oh, sorry for the terrible glare. And come back soon with February. Hope you enjoyed.